I'm gonna wait for some people to get here, but we have a very sad update on the Annabelle situation. But I'm just gonna wait for some people to get here so I can start talking about it. Usually people start getting here like at minute 5, just for anybody who clicks on the video afterwards. And by the way, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. My name is Paulina. Okay. Hi, welcome. Welcome in. Hi, how are you, HPUD? And I see there's somebody else there too. Welcome. So, I hope you guys are having a good day. You guys, I'm into like the spooky stuff, and if you don't know about that Annabelle doll, there's an update. Remember, she was on tour. After a very long time. I know, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. So, yeah, I wish you guys the best. Annabelle, I'm sure you know what Annabelle is, the doll. This very creepy doll that is haunted and was on tour. So, her handler, so it's on tour right now, right? Her handler was a relatively young guy, and he died. So this is the handler. If I'm not wrong, he passed away 2 days ago on the 13th of July. His name is Dan Rivera. The real-life Annabelle doll's handler, Dan Rivera, has died at the age of 54 while on tour. So he was in Connecticut when he died. But the weird thing is that they haven't released the cause of death yet, and he was like a healthy guy too that we know of. Publicly he wasn't like sick or anything. So it's very scary that he's passed away. By the way, I have watched your story and stuff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, hang out with my best friend. Hello, Paulina. Hi, Kirby's. Hi. Hello. Oh, everybody's here. Hi, guys. I see there's 19 people here. So, I don't know if you guys are into the spooky stuff, but Annabelle, the haunted doll, she's been on tour, and her handler, it's very sad, but her handler has passed away. And he's a relatively young guy, like this guy. So, he passed away 2 days ago, and they don't know the cause of his death on July 13th. So his name was, they might know, they haven't released the cause of his death yet. They haven't released it. So he died at the age of 54, and it didn't seem like he was sick or anything, which is very tragic. It's very tragic, but he was the handler of this haunted doll. Hi, I lost a lot of my friends and families. When it's time to go, you go. Yeah. What's weird about this doll is that tragedy tends to follow it, and he was doing everything. I know, rest in peace. I know. It's so sad for family members. He was doing everything. He was the one who created the box for it. He created the box for Annabelle. He knew how to take her out cautiously. He used gloves. He never touched her, but he still passed away. It's so sad. So hello. Hi guys, I'm just giving an update on the doll, the Annabelle doll situation. Since this channel we're kind of into the spooky stuff a little bit. I like to spread some love and positivity, but this is kind of like a little bit of a news update. But we could talk about other stuff too. Yeah, the rumor was silly. No, it's not a rumor. He actually did pass away. What was I gonna say? People saying that she escaped the museum. I thought, oh yeah, that rumor. Yeah, they always had track of her. That was a weird TikTok rumor with Annabelle that they were like, she's lost. We don't know where she is, and people were freaking out because there was like a fire too. One of the like a nearby fire. It's just weird stuff kept happening while she was on tour. I was just not getting near that doll. It definitely has a bad entity attached to it. And the weird thing is that the handler, he was taking precautions. He was a very precaution guy. So it's so sad what has happened, but we don't know the cause of his death yet. It says, damn, if that thing is loose, there will be a lot of trouble. Yeah, it's not loose. That was definitely a rumor. They do have, like, they know where the Annabelle doll is. If I'm not wrong, it's still in Connecticut. Let me just triple check. Yeah. It's currently located at the Warren's Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. Yeah, it is kind of sad what has happened. Yeah, and here's the news reporting saying, no, the Annabelle doll is not missing. Recent rumors claiming the doll was missing or had traveled to Chicago were false. The real Annabelle doll remains safely secure in the case of Warren's Occult Museum in Connecticut. Okay, so Juan Catalan says, yeah, cursed stuff like that should never be touched. Exactly. He used gloves. He was very cautious about it. I wouldn't even put it in glass case. I would have put it in an iron box, buried it on church property to prevent it from ever getting out. If I'm not wrong, they also had like a priest blessing it constantly or something like that, blessing the locations that would go with them. Yeah, it is quite creepy. Let me see if there's no further update on that. Apparently there's like this is sidetracking to other spooky things. There's this famous obsidian mirror that the Vatican has that when people look at it, they kind of go crazy. I have to look that up, what that mirror is called. I'm very curious. HPUD says, yeah, why do they even put it in the glass? I don't know I would just not get near stuff like that. Like when I feel a weird vibe, I stay away. I've learned to trust my intuition. I've had experiences where I was not trusting my intuition. Now I'm like, nope. I like vintage stuff, but if it feels good, I'll take it. If there's something off, I'm not getting close to it. Let's see. Juan Catalan says, yeah, but iron has power over ghosts, demons, and even nature spirits. So an iron box would have been better if you asked me. Wait, can you tell me about that, Juan? What do you mean by what makes it have power over it? I'm curious. I want to hear your thoughts. I feel like this is a great exchange of thoughts and opinions about the world. Okay, so let's see. Obsidian mirror in Vatican. I'm so curious about this. Okay. Oh, okay. Is it a legend? So it says, oh, hi. What are the death tolls anyways? For the Annabelle doll, that's actually a good question. Death toll for Annabelle doll. Not directly any deaths. I know it's kind of sad. It's more like a lot of negative events. It was so weird because Post Malone had a weird experience with Annabelle, if I'm not wrong. He went to the cult museum and his friend touched something. He touched his friend and then he had a bunch of weird stuff happen to him. But the problem is he can't prove anything. So when you Google this, Google just says not directly responsible for any deaths because it's all like, they don't see it as scientific fact. Thomas says, the algorithm brought us together again. Gonna subscribe now. What's the topic tonight? So we were talking about the Annabelle doll initially because the handler, Dan Rivera, has passed away, which is very sad. He's 54 years old, relatively young, didn't seem to have any medical conditions, and they have not released the cause of death. And, rest in peace to him and his family. It's a horrible event, but he was the handler of the doll, which is kind of scary. He took all precautions. Harry says, hi. Juan Catalan says, well, I'm pagan and also a Santero student. So certain things in nature were created with powers against the supernatural, and iron is one of them. Ooh, that's interesting. What do you mean by are you just like going to a church and they teach you like a student, like an apprentice? I'm kind of curious. HPUS says you're lagging. Yeah, I got a call, so I don't know if that messed things up because I got a call. There's a delay in your voice and video. Oh, was it the call? Oh no, this is kind of annoying. Okay, so the call messed my stream. Now it's good. Kind of annoying. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this. Wait. Well, I was gonna end and start it again. Yeah, let me just. Hi, you're good. Okay. It says in Santeria we have masters called godmothers or godfathers. In Santeria, and our masters teach us. Ooh, that's interesting. But we also have an aisle or house temple where we learn as well. Oh my God. So was it like you grew up with that, Huang? Okay, now I'm having issues on my side. The call messed my stream. I'm going to log off. Give me like 4 minutes and I'm going to log right back in, okay? I'm going to do a new stream. Just letting you guys know. It messed with my stream.